This is a very quick update for June 2023. I'm redoing the pondless waterfall to increase sound, and I'm still waiting on a couple of pieces to add the additional pump that's here and then an additional waterfall up at the top. So next weekend, hopefully I'll have those going. Things are doing well, even though I abandoned them for 4 weeks when I had been bitten by the Lone Star tick and then went through doxycycline and waiting for doxycycline to leave my system, and then a week of rain. So the jungle has done its own thing, but I have little Tom Thumbs or Tiny Tim or whatever they are that are happy. The bees are having a marvelous time on the lavender, which is glorious. Oh, the smell is just heavenly too. And they are just having a ball out here. We have volunteer buddleia or butterfly bush. I don't have anything in that color of pink, so I'm assuming it came from some other yard that was brought here. I don't know. I've heard they're invasive, and that is now evident. But my two little vermilionaires overwintered nicely. The hummingbirds have already been back enjoying their little trumpet flowers. I went with it's not the Sun Credible, it's the Sun Believable or something like that. It's Monrovia's version. Just making sure that's a dead petal and not an armyworm showing up early. I'm not even going into the inner jungle. It's insane in there. Next weekend or after work, I'll be working on it. We'll see if the birds let me get any grapes this year, but the clusters are amazing. I just can't even describe how many grapes are trying to come to fruition this year. And of course I didn't cut it back like I was supposed to, so I did clean out the lettuce bed, and it is now just kale, and it is protected with this screen so the white butterflies can't get in there and put cabbage loopers on it. Yay! Although I do need to go in and clean out some of the older leaves. Like I said, the inside is tomatoes. They're doing well. Hascaps. The birds have left me a few. They still are not ripe and sweet yet, but 90% of the fruit that were on these have been taken by the mockingbird family that has decided this is home. And I don't blame them. It's a good place, but still. Yeah, I have a lot of cutting back to do on tomatoes. Those are gold nuggets. Cucumbers are starting to take over. Oh dear God. I do have, once again, I have bell peppers that may not see the light of day, so I need to start hacking things back so that I can get two things. I think those are Amish paste. I think this is the big dwarf that is huge. We're just going to have to see how things go. I don't know. These are the hardy kiwis. They are vines. Figured it'd be a few more years before they actually flower and fruit, but it started. Later this week, Loudoun County should be here for an inspection to confirm that I will be allowed to put up the high tunnel here. So that is still waiting. Amaranth has come up nicely. This is my back bed with perpetual spinach. The celery is looking really good. That celeriac in the back, I think I'm actually going to get bulbs this year. I'm not sure what this is. It seems very celery. I may have to just take it out. It overwintered, so we'll see. I have a lot of parsley in there. That's really there primarily for the swallowtail butterflies, so they will lay their eggs and have little caterpillars, and then I'll have more swallowtail butterflies. And carrots and onions. The onions and leeks are sizing up nicely, so that's good. This is one of my indeterminate tomato runs. I have 3 with companion planting of marigolds and borage and basil, and it's gone a little crazy. The wind was a little bad, so once again, the Titan tomato cages, half size, didn't do that well, but I really should have been out here and had them structurally supported like I did the ones in the back. And Lone Star Tick, so I didn't do all the things I needed to do. Oh, but I have some lovely, well, they're not green beans, but they're purple beans that I bring in handfuls every day. The runners are starting to go up over the top. Those are good. More string beans over here. These are the long French beans. Like I said, I'm going to take a quick peek in, but don't judge me. It's been a jungle. My peas are still going. Actually, because they get so much shade from the grapes and from the scarlet runner beans on this side, they haven't aged out yet. So I am actually still picking pea pods, and then I do have some actual peas forming too. So cool. I like them. And the shock and horror, the backside of the cucumbers, dear God. I need to get in there and thin and clean and deal with them because kind of shocking. But as you can see, the reason I grow eggplant is because it's a trap crop, and flea beetles love eggplant. So go to it. They leave everything else alone, and they turn those into Swiss cheese. And it doesn't impact the eggplant fruit themselves, which I kind of OD'd on eggplant when I was in Japan several years ago. So I don't really want to eat eggplant anymore. But, and then you can also see you've got a Japanese beetle on here too. Go for it. They just attack that, and everything else is just overgrown. But that is Swiss cheese. So all good. And again, this is an eggplant. That's what they do to it. So I really need to come in here and hack back the jungle. But there are some beautiful tomatoes forming in here. And I'm trying to remember. This one is my Mortgage Lifter. I do love Mortgage Lifter. Others say they don't have a really good run with it, but I am happy. And then these are the giant crimsons that I got from M.I. Gardner. So, they're looking pretty as well. So yeah, it's going to be weeks to get caught back up to where I should be. But, I did only put in one sweet cherry this year, and it's still insane. I need to hack that back too. That's for another day. So, as June winds down, things are doing pretty well in the garden, and I'm glad so much fruit has set on the tomatoes before the heat of summer, turns the flowers sterile. So we should have a good year.